Hi, welcome back to Therapy Designs. If you're new to this channel, my name is Kelly, and this channel is all about creating print-on-demand designs using Canva. So if that is something that you're interested in, please do stick around. So in today's video, I'm going to show you how you can create this design right here. Now I'm showing you this as a sticker mock-up, but you could do it on just about any product you can think of: sticker, tote bag, t-shirt, mug, anything you like. So if you'd like to learn how you can create this design from scratch, go ahead and stick around. So here we are on Canva's homepage. I am going to be designing I'm going to be designing for a t-shirt, but this could be used on multiple products. So I'm going to select 4500 by 5400 pixels. I find that that's the most versatile if I'm making a design that I could put on lots of things. T-shirts tend to be the bigger prints, so if I make it so that it will fit on a t-shirt, then it will definitely be good enough quality for smaller things such as stickers or mugs or things like that. And of course, you can always then go ahead and resize it. So I like to design on 4500 by 5400 pixels. I am going to go ahead and design on black for right now. And I'm going to be making a design for the beginning of the school year. So school typically will start mid-August or something. And so that is really the big niche for August, is going back to school. And there are a ton of different back to school shirts, both for kids or the students as well as the teachers and the administrators and things like that. Most of them are going to be aimed towards the smaller children, kindergarten, first grade, things like that. Shirts that say hello first grade, or my first day of first grade, or ready to crush first grade. Those kinds of designs are big. For this one, I'm going to go ahead and go towards more of the high school students, and we're going to go towards the seniors. So the senior class of 2025. They're going to want some things that are obviously tailored towards being a senior, being a class of 2025 senior. And so that's what we're going to be designing for here. There's a lot of pre-made ones that you can find, but I'm going to show you guys how you can create your own. And more importantly, I'm going to show you how you can use font glyphs to get sort of that cool writing style that I'm sure you've seen, but maybe didn't know how to do. And so the first thing that I'm going to do is just go ahead and start with the text. So I'm going to pull up a text box, and what we're going to be writing is senior. Now, what I'm going to show you is Creative Fabrica font cloud and how to get the font glyphs. So to do this, you're going to have to pick a font that is on Creative Fabrica. And it can be a free font too, so there's plenty of free fonts. So if I jump over to Creative Fabrica here, there are tons of fonts, and I can even go here to freebies, and I can pick free fonts and click that, and it's going to give you a ton of free fonts that you can use. And so what we're going to be doing is looking for fonts that have sort of these glyphs, and the glyphs are sort of those little swirly lines that you see, and you maybe don't know why when you go ahead and download these and try to use them, you're not getting those cool glyphs. I'm going to show you how you can do that. So it may take a little bit of time for you to sort of find which font you want. You have to look through and figure out the ones that you like. For this particular design, I've already done that. I know which font I want. It is one that I downloaded, and it was called Master Day. So if I come over here and I search my fonts, and I go ahead and do a little search for Master Day, because it's the one that I know I want. There it is. There it is. There is my kind of senior, right? Now this doesn't have any of the glyphs on it. To do the glyphs, I need to be able to go to Creative Fabrica. And so I did download this from Creative Fabrica, and all I did when I wanted it was I wrote out my word. I went up to my fonts. Let me go back. And at the bottom here, you will see something that says upload a font. Here's where you can upload a font. So if you download one from Creative Fabrica, it's usually in a zip file. You'll have to unzip the file, and then I'd move like the open font to just my downloads, and then I can go ahead and click upload font here, and it'll upload it here to your brand kit, which should be at the top. And so all of your uploaded fonts should be at the top. These are all fonts that I've uploaded from Creative Fabrica that I use. So I've got a ton of them that I've gotten from Creative Fabrica, but there are a ton of fonts available for you on Canva as well. But on this particular design, because I'm going to be using the font Glyphs, I am going to be using one that I got from Creative Fabrica. So once I have the font that I want, right, once I've picked the one I wanted, I've downloaded it, I've uploaded it to Canva, I'm also now going to be going over and using some of the tools. So for this one, we're going to do Font Cloud. So that tool right there. Now, this is free if you've got the membership. If not, you probably have to pay for it. But again, the memberships are super cheap right here. Well, this is an add-on for me at $3.99 a month, but they're still pretty cheap. I don't know what the exact cost is now. I have a link for Creative Fabrica in the description under this video if you want a link for it. I find it's pretty useful for a lot of different things. So I'm going to go ahead. I went to my Font Cloud. Here it is. I can hit Open Font Cloud. And here is where you would upload the fonts that you like to use for your Font Cloud. So just like I uploaded it onto Canva, I would also upload that font here onto my Font Cloud. So again, the one that I said that I was using was this one, Master Day. And so it's right here. I have it uploaded here, Master Day. So download it from Creative Fabrica, upload it to Canva, upload it to Font Cloud. Once I'm on my Font Cloud, I can pick the font that I want. So all of my download ones are here. So I'm going to go to Master Day. And this is going to show you all of the different characters, right? And so there's going to be all of the basic characters, but as you start to scroll down, you're also going to start to get to sort of the more glyph characters. And so I'm just going to keep scrolling. There are a ton here. So as I get towards the bottom, I'm going to start to see a lot of these cool ones. So the letters that have like the swirlies or the tails, those are the kinds of things that you see in the examples that you don't know how to get to. This is how you can get to them. So here are all of the different, cool designs. So if I want one of these, for example, I want sort of a line under the R, well, going from the R under the word. So you've probably seen that a lot, and you'll definitely recognize it when I do it. What I am looking for is an R. Here's one that has a little bit of a glyph. I'm looking for something a little bit different, but that would be an example. You pick the letter that you want and the glyph style that you want, and all you have to do is click on it. It's going to save it to your keyboard. And then all you have to do is paste it over your word, and I'll show you that. So here are some cool underlines here. So these are different styles that you can do. So I'm looking for the R. So here is my R. I can click that. I'm going to go back over to Senior. So just so you can see, I've got Senior up and it's written in Master Day. And I have my R. All I'm going to do is I'm going to highlight this R. And then I'm going to right click and I'm going to hit paste. And there you go. So it now pasted on that glyph that I got from my Font Cloud from Creative Fabrica. And that is all you have to do. And so you can do this with any font that has those glyphs. You can download it, upload it to Creative Fabrica, upload it to Font Cloud, and then you can get your glyphs that way. All you have to do is find the one you want, click on it, it saves it, go over to where you have your writing on Canva, and then just highlight and paste right over it the one that you want. And so, boom, just like that, I've got the Senior that has that cool line going through it. The hardest part about this, honestly, is picking what font you want, because there are so many fonts out there. But once you kind of come up with your favorites and you like them, you'll find that you use them over and over again. So it's worth spending the time to figure out what you like and what works, and then you can use it over and over again. If you like the way that this one looks, this one is Master Day. I don't remember if it's a free one or if you have to pay for it. But again, if you have the Canva membership, which is pretty cheap, it would be included. And so lots of cool fonts, lots of cool graphics, and lots of cool tools that I use Creative Fabrica for that I think is worth worth the price. So at least for me. So I've got my senior right here. I'm going to make a cool senior design. So one thing I want to do is I'm actually going to angle this up just a little bit, maybe something like that. And I'm going to put a circle background around it. So I'm going to hit C on my keyboard. That's going to pull up a circle. And so the first thing I'm going to do with this circle is I'm going to find the middle of the page. It's always easier for me if I'm doing circle stuff to start in the middle of the page. That way I can just sort of center everything over it. Right, so boom, you'll get that little crosshair. That means you're centered over the page. So I'm going to start here. This is going to be my background circle, and I'm going to layer circles. And so I'm going to do a bunch of different colors. So right now, my background circle, I'm going to go ahead and do sort of a dark, maybe a navy blue. So let's go ahead. I'm going to pick a blue that I like. Yeah, something a little bit darker. Something like that might look good. And then I'm going to go ahead and put another circle over that. So I'm going to hit C again. This time I want sort of a golden circle. Once I'm all done, you can see what I did, and then it'll be a lot easier. So right now I'm just putting circles over circles, and so what it's giving me is just that sort of outline, that little border. And so I can sort of just play with how thick I want that border to be. Right, so there. And then one more circle here. This one I'm going to make sort of a nice bright blue color. Something like this. And again, it just depends how wide I want that sort of outer ring to be. So something there looks pretty cool. So you can see how I've got these sort of grouping circles like that. And then what I can do is I can take my senior and I'm going to move that to the front. So I can hit Control and my right bracket will bring the senior all the way to the front. If not, you can take the circles and hit Control in your left bracket and bring the circles to the back. Now I'm going to take my senior and I'm going to put it kind of over like that. Looks pretty cool. And so that I can pop the colors because I want them all to blend, I'm going to take the senior, I'm going to go to Effects, I'm going to do an outline, and I'm going to do that dark navy color outline. Maybe not quite that thick. Something there. So that looks pretty cool there. Then I'm going to go ahead and do a class of and a 2025. So I'm going to hit T on my keyboard again. The top one I'm going to put in all caps. I'm going to do class of. And that's going to go up here. And I'm going to make that a little bit bigger. And now font I want to use for this one is one of those kind of sports style fonts. Now there's a lot of them out there. Canva has some. I got this one again from Creative Fabrica, and this one I went with was University. And so it was University regular here, and so it just gave me that cool, cool sports style look. I'm going to go ahead and hit Control D so that I have another copy, and then down here is going to say 20 and then 25. And so you can already sort of see the way that this is coming along, and I think it looks, you know, pretty cool here. Let's go ahead. I'm going to take this and we're going to curve it, the class of, so that it looks like it goes along the top. And I can even bring that senior down a little bit so I got some more space at the top for my class of. So Effects, get a nice curve here. I'm going to kind of bring it up. Again, I want to curve it so that it fits nicely inside the circle. So if I was kind of centering that in the circle, it would go something like that. Now, because I have this at a little bit of an angle, I'm actually going to go ahead and angle that a little bit and move it over. So maybe something more here-ish. By the way, if you're trying to fine-tune things, you can use the arrows on your keyboard, so the up, down, left, right arrows, to move pretty much anything that you want. So right here, while I've got this up, it's when I do up and down, it curves it in and out. If I click out of that, now if I do up and down, it's going to move my fonts up, down, left, right, so that I can kind of get them where I want them. So something like that looks pretty cool. I can even space this out a little bit if I want to. So some letter spacing there. That again looks pretty cool. I might even move it again, maybe over a smidge more, just so that I have a little bit more space. If I'm going to do that, I'm going to have to rotate it a little bit. Perfect. So there's my class of. I got my 2025 down here, which looks pretty cool. I'm thinking I'm going to change the colors here. So I want these to be that nice sort of a golden color. And I might even do these with the same dark blue outline. By the way, I'm not super fond of this gold. I do want it to be a lighter gold. So I might as well just deal with that right now. Let's go ahead and make that more of a yellowy gold. Switch all of those to that nice yellowy gold. So it's a little bit lighter. And then for the class of, I'm going to do the same outline border that I did here. So let's go ahead and go to Effects, Outline. I'm thinking I want that same dark navy blue outline. And here I can play with, you know, how thick I want that to be. You know, that outline to be. And I'm going to do the same thing here. I'm also going to do the outline. I think I also like, you know, that good navy blue. Also give a little bit of a thicker outline there. And so you can already see the way that this looks. Looks pretty cool. I like it quite a bit. And so you can just sort of play with it from here. Let's say I wanted that senior to angle up maybe a little bit more. And I can do that. And then maybe this, I am going to go ahead and bring it back over to center a little bit more. That might look a little bit better. I'm just using the arrows on my keyboard to kind of move that where I want it. And so that's looking pretty cool. And so you can see how I had all those circles and everything too. Cool. So right now, this looks cool on a dark t-shirt. So if I was going to do it as a t-shirt design, it could go on pretty much any color t-shirt. But the other thing that I thought this would really look good on would be a sticker. So cool thing, seniors in high school, they like stickers. They can put stickers on their water bottles, they can put it on their folders, they can put them on their cars, you know, they can put it on just about anything. It's a nice, inexpensive thing that a senior would be more likely to buy. And so something like this would be like really cool, I think, for a sticker. And of course, I picked random colors here. Those I think were more of my high school colors that I just decided to go with, but you can go with any colors. And in fact, you can do several versions with different colors so that you could match the color of a particular school or whatnot. And so really quick, easy design once you know how to do it. And then, of course, you could scale it out for different years and everything as well. So lots of different ways that you could play with this. We could even do another circle in here too. So if I wanted maybe a navy blue circle, but I wanted it to sort of stop halfway, so it was just sort of maybe that part of the circle, all sorts of ways I could play with it. If I did want to do that though, I couldn't hit C on my keyboard because you can't crop a circle that way. So if I did want to do something where I have more of a half circle, I can go to Elements. And all I would have to do is do a search for circle. And you would want to go to graphics, not shapes. So if I did the graphics and I pull up the first circle I see and I go ahead and make that circle that nice navy blue, I could still go ahead and just show you what I'm thinking. Oops, so what I'm thinking as I center that, something there. That way it kind of gives it that look of a border. Let me take it out and see if I got the right sizing. Maybe a little bit bigger. Again, what I'm doing is not too bad. I'm looking for it to give a border for that word right there. And then I can take this, I can double click it, and then I can crop it so that it crops out right below the word. And then I can send to back by hitting a Control on my left bracket. And boom, so now I've got another circle but it doesn't go all the way down here. The reason I didn't do that is because I didn't have this curved. I could have that curved, but I kind of like the way that this looks right here. I could move this to different places too. So I had it centered, but I could move it over that way. I could make it bigger. I could, you know, just sort of play with the placement there of the 2025 however I want. Might even, so I want to keep that border there. I want to make this as symmetrical as possible. I think I need to open this up just one more so I can go to effects. And again, I'm looking at that curve. It's at a 75. Maybe I bring it down to a 70. Oops. 74. And that's going to open it up just a little bit. And that looks kind of nice. I can also take this, by the way, and bring that spacing out maybe a little bit more. Cool. All right. There. So here I was just trying to get everything perfect so I can, you know, spend a while, go ahead and fine tune everything. But that looks pretty cool. And then if I change this background color to white, so let's say it was a sticker, this is how it would look as a sticker, and I think that that looks pretty cool. I did the dark background specifically so that if I wanted to put it on a sticker, it would pop, and I did the outline around the words again specifically, so if I wanted to put it on a sticker, it would pop. So you could use this on a lot of things. It would also look good probably on a mug, so that might make for a nice design for a mug. And so all sorts of ways you can do this. I know I spent a little bit more time on it than I needed to. I just wanted to make sure it really looked good. If you have any questions about this, go ahead and drop it in the comments section below. I'll try to get back to everybody as quickly as I can. I hope you guys are doing really well. It's a good time to start working on some of those back to school designs. And again, I gave you several different niches that you could do. Senior is just one of them, but again, there's all sorts of the, you know, first day of first grade or first day of kindergarten, ready to crush kindergarten, things like that. Hello kindergarten, hello preschool, whatever. There's my first day of. So you're always going to see a bunch of those kinds of designs too. When we're ready to go ahead and download this, by the way, if I want to be able to put it on a t-shirt, what I want to do is group the whole thing together. So I'm going to left click in the corner, drag over everything, hit group so that it's now one image. Then I can go ahead and bring it up in the page like that. And so that looks pretty cool. The circle itself usually should be pretty centered in the page. If you're not sure with a circle, by the way, you can always put any circle that you want, make it approximately the same size, and make sure it is centered in the page there. And so it's pretty close to centered. See if I bring it down so that it's about the same size. Center this in the page. Right, so I might take this, my design, and actually shift it over just a little bit. And then I move my yellow circle out of the way. That's how I know that my circle is centered in the page. So the S sticks out a little bit. So if I centered the design, the circle would be slightly offset to the side. I want the circle to be centered, and if something sticks out a little bit, that's okay. So whenever we're making circular designs like this, it's always better if the circle itself is what's centered. And so that looks pretty cool here. I might even ungroup that. I know, so now I'm just playing around. I could make that senior a little bit bigger too so that it sticks out as well. And so that, I think, looks even better there. Make sure I've got enough of a gap. Cool. I could even, I know, so now I'm just playing. It's always fun to play. Angle that so it's in line more with the line there, that's senior. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and title this Senior 2025. This is a circle design. And then I'm going to go ahead, share, download, transparent background. It is a PNG. I can hit download, and it is now ready to go on anything that I want it to go on. Sorry for the rant at the end there. I hope you guys are doing well, and I do hope to see you guys again next week. That's it for today's video. If you found that useful and would like to see more videos with helpful tips and tricks, be sure to hit like and subscribe, and turn on your notifications so you don't miss any of the weekly videos. As always, keep growing and stay creative, and we'll see you next time.